tell you a few things you may want to know before we begin to play. First of all, characters. boy, a girl, two parents, and the war. Anything else that's needed, we can get out of this box. It is hard to know which is more important or how it all began. The boy was born, the girl was born. They grew up quickly, went to school, became shy, in their own ways and for different reasons. Studied cloud formations in a lazy afternoon, and instead of reading textbooks, tried to memorize the moon. And when the girl was 15, she was younger than the boy, she began to notice something strange. Her ugly, duckling features had undergone a change. In short, she was growing pretty. For the first time in her whole life, pretty. And the shock so stunned and thrilled her that she became almost immediately, incurably insane. Observe.
The moon turns red on my birthday every year, and it always will until somebody saves me and takes me back to my palace.
That is a typical remark. The other symptoms may vary. She thinks that she's a princess, that her name must be in French, or sometimes Eurasian. But she isn't sure what she really is.
You see, no one can feel the way I feel and have a father named Amos Babcock Bellamy.
She has a glue paste necklace, which she thinks is really real.
I found it in the attic with my mother's name inside of it. It's my favorite possession.
It is her fancy.
It is my pride. This morning a bird woke me up. It was a lark, or a peacock, or something like that. Some strange sort of bird that I'd never heard. And I said, "Hello!" And it vanished, flew away, the very minute I said hello. It was mysterious. So do you know what I did? I ran over to my mirror and I brushed my hair 200 times without stopping. And as I was brushing it, my hair turned mauve. No, honestly, mauve. And then red. And then sort of a strange blue when the sun hit it. I'm 16 years old, and every day something happens to me. I don't know what to make of it. When I wake up in the morning to get dressed, I can tell something's different. I like to touch my eyelids because they're never quite the same. I hug myself till my arms turn blue, and then I close my eyes and I cry and cry till the tears come down and I can taste them. I love to taste my tears. I am special. I'm special. Please, God, please, don't let me be normal. I'd like to swim in a clear blue stream where the water is icy cold, then go to town in a golden gown and have my fortune told. Just once, just once, just once before I'm old. I'd like to be not evil, but a little worldly wise, to be the kind of girl designed to be kissed upon the eyes. I'd like to dance till 2 o'clock, or sometimes dance till dawn. Or if the band could stand it, just go on and on and on. Just once, before the chance is gone. I'd like to waste a week or two and never do a chore, to wear my hair unfastened so it billows to the floor, to do the things I've dreamed about but never done before. Perhaps I'm bad or wild or mad with lots of grief in store, but I want much more than keeping house. Much more, much more,
Good. And now, the boy. His story may be a wee bit briefer, because it's pretty much the same.
There is this girl.
That is the essence.
There is this girl.
I warn you, it may be monotonous.
There is this girl. I'm nearly 20 years old. I've studied biology. I've had an education. I've been inside a lab, dissected violets. I know the way things are. I'm grown up, stable, willing to conform. I'm beyond such foolish notions. And yet, in spite of my knowledge, there is this girl. She makes me young again and foolish. And with her, I perform the impossible. I defy biology and achieve ignorance. There are no other ears but hers to hear the explosion of my heart. There are no other eyes but hers to make me wise. And despite what they say of the species, there is not one plant or animal or growing thing that is made up quite the same as she is. It's stupid, of course, and immensely undignified, but I do love her.
Look. This is the wall their parents built between their houses.
They built it ages ago, last month before I came home from school. Poor fools. They built it to keep us apart. I wonder if she's there now. I hope. I'll see. I don't know what to call her. She's too vibrant for a name. What shall I call her? Juliet.
Yes, dear.
Helena.
Yes, dear.
And Cassandra, and Cleopatra, and Beatrice, and also Guinevere.
What, dear?
I think she's there. Can you hear me?
Barely.
Well, I've been speaking of you.
To whom?
Well, to them. I told them if they were to ask me about you, I would be totally and utterly speechless, except to say perhaps that you are Polaris, or the inside of a leaf.
Speak a little louder.
I love you. If I were in the desert deep in sand, and the sun was burning like a hot pomegranate, walking through a nightmare in the heat of a summer day, before my mind was parched, then you are water, cool, clear water, a refreshing glass of water.
What, dear?
Water. Love, you are love, better far than a metaphor could ever be. Love, you are love, my mystery of love. If the world was like an iceberg and everything was frozen and tears turned into icicles in the eye, and snow came pouring with sleet and ice, came stabbing like a knife, then you are heat, a surprising whirl of heat, a flame that thaws the iceberg with its heat.
Repeat.
You are heat. inside of a leaf. My joy, my grief, my star, my leaf. Oh, love, you are love, better far than any metaphor could ever, ever be. Love, you are love, my mystery. Love, Louisa, be careful. I thought I heard a sound.
My father loves to spy.
I know, so does mine. I had to climb up through a window. My mother locked my room.
Oh, God, be careful. Suppose you were to fall.
It was on the ground floor. Still, the window was very small. I could get stuck.
This is madness, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely mad.
And also very wicked?
Yes.
I'm glad.
My mother would be furious if she knew.
Listen, I've had a vision.
Of disaster?
No. Of azaleas.
Azaleas?
I dreamed I was picking azaleas when all at once this Duke, oh, he was very old. I'd say nearly 40, but attractive and very evil.
I hate him!
And he had a retinue of scoundrels, and they were hiding behind the rhododendrons. And as I was picking an azalea, all at once he leapt out.
God, I hate him!
In my vision, how I struggled like the rip of the Sabine women. I cried, help!
And I was nearby.
Yes, and you come rushing to the rescue, and single-handedly, you fight off all his men, and win.
And then?
Celebration!
Fireworks!
Fiesta!
Laughter!
Our parents give in.
We live happily ever after.
There's no reason in the world why it can't happen exactly like that. I think I hear someone.
It's my mother!
Kiss me.
Too much moisture. There are a great many things I could tell you about myself. I was once in the Navy. That's where I learned horticulture. Yes, I have been the world over. I've seen it all. Mountain cactus, century plant, Japanese ivy, and exotic ports where bogwort was sold in the open market. I'm a woman of experience, and there's one thing I've learned. Too much moisture is worse than none at all. Prune a plant, avoid water, and go easy on the manure. Moderation, that's the moral. Ah! That's my son's foot.
Hello, Mother.
What are you doing up on that ladder?
Writing verses?
Curses.
How's that?
I offer a mother's curses to the kind of education that makes our children fools. I send this boy to school, to college, and I hope you know what that costs. Did he learn to dig a cesspool? No. He's up there now writing verses. Why do I always find you standing behind that wall?
I'm waiting for it to fall. Besides, I like it. I like its lovely texture and its pretty little eyes.
Walls don't have eyes.
Well then, what do you call this? Flower. Thank you.
Sweet God, he's clever.
Son, you are an ass. There you stand every day writing verses. Well, God knows what our neighbor is up to on the other side of that wall. Oh, I will not have it. I'll strip down any branch that he could climb over here. I'll line it up with bottles. I'll jag it up with glass. What was that?
Some broken willow, some little wounded bird?
Maybe, but walls have ears even though they don't have eyes. Here, I'll take a look. Oh, there's that stiffness again, the result of my Navy career. Here, son, you climb. You can see for me.
All right, Mother.
Well,
I love you.
I love you too.
what are you mumbling up there? Get down from here if there's nothing to see. Down, I say.
I obey.
You're an idiot. And that's why I decided I think you should be married. So, this morning, I went shopping and picked picked you out a wife. There's that sound again.
Anguish bird.
Weeping willow? Maybe. But let's get back to business. Son, I picked you out a girl. A pearl.
And if I prefer a diamond?
How dare you prefer a diamond when I've just offered you a pearl?
Oh, listen carefully to what I have to say. Listen, wall, and flower, and willow too, and wounded bird, and mother, you may as well listen too. I will not be wed by your wisdom. I will not go neatly into church and contract out to prolongate my race. I will not go wedding in a two-side suit, nor be witnessed when I take my bride. No! I'll marry when I marry in my own particular way, with my bride dressed in sunlight, with rain for her wedding veil, out in the open, with no one standing by, no song except September being sung in the busy grass, no sound except our heartbeats roaring like a flower alive with bees, without benefit or neighbor, or without benefit or book, except perhaps her imprint, as she puts her hand in mine, except perhaps her imprint, as she gives me her golden hair, in a field while kneeling, being joined by the joys of life. There, in the air, in the open, that's how I plan to wive.
Son, you need pruning. Come and write simplicity 200 times without stopping. Perhaps that will improve your style.
That's right. Drink up, open up your thirsty little mouths. I'm her father. And believe me, it's not easy. Perhaps that's why I like vegetables. They're so dependable. You plant a radish, you know what you're about. You don't get a turnip or a cabbage. No, no. Plant a turnip, get a turnip. Plant a cabbage, get a cabbage. But with children, I thought I had planted a turnip, or perhaps an avocado, something remotely useful. I'm a merchant. I sell buttons. What need do I have for a rose? But there she is. Well, Missy, we must go inside now.
But I told you, Daddy, I'm a princess.
You're a button maker's daughter. Now, our enemy is beyond that wall. They're up to something. I can feel it in my bones. She and her no good son. You know, you're standing in my peppers. That's it. I'm going to put a fence up by this wall, a high fence with barbs and arsenal of wire.
A fence is expensive, Papa.
Well, I'll build it myself. Now go inside, as I told you. Is she gone? Yes, she's gone. Huckabee!
Bellamy!
Neighbor!
Friend!
How's the gout?
I barely notice in your asthma.
A trifle. I endure it.
Oh, well, it's nearly settled.
What is?
The marriage, they're nearly ready. I hid in the bushes to listen. Oh, it is something. They're out of their minds with love.
Oh, hooray!
Oh, my son, he is fantastic.
My daughter, she is fantastic too. They're both of them mad.
They are geese.
Weren't we clever to build this wall?
Yes, and to pretend to feud.
Just think if they knew we wanted them wed.
A prearranged marriage?
They'd rather be dead.
Children!
Lovers!
Fantastics!
Geese!
How clever we
How
are!
crafty to know.
To manipulate children.
You merely say
No.
Oh, dogs got to bark, cowgirls got to bray, soldiers must fight and preachers must pray, and children, I guess, must get their own way the minute that you say no. Why did the kids pour jam on the cat? Raspberry jam all over the cat. Why would the kids do something like that when all that we said was no?
My son was once afraid to swim, the water made him wince, until I said he mustn't swim. He's been swimming ever since. He's been swimming ever since.
Oh, dogs got to bark, mules got to bray, soldiers must fight and preachers must pray, and children, I guess, must get their own way the minute that you say no. Why did the kids put beans in their ears? No one can hear with beans in their ears. After a while the reason appears. They did it 'cause we said no. Your daughter brings a young man home, says, do you like him, Pa? Just tell her he's a fool, and then you've got a son-in-law. You've got a son-in-law. Oh, sure as the June comes right after May, sure as the night comes right after day, you can be sure the devil's to pay the minute that you say no. Make sure you never say no. But there is one more problem.
How to end the feud?
Exactly, you guessed it. We mustn't let them know.
Oh no, if they knew we're finished!
We're through.
I think I found the answer. It's delicious, very theatrical.
Tell me,
An abduction.
who's abducted?
Your daughter.
Who abducts her?
A professional abductor. I've hired the very man.
Good evening.
What the devil?
Who are you?
I was sent for, a maiden in distress.
Oh, of course, you're El Gallo.
El Gallo.
Oh, see? This was just what I was about to tell you. We hire this man to assist us. He attempts to kidnap your daughter. My son runs in to save her. Then, a battle.
I allowed the boy to defeat me.
My son becomes a hero, and the feud is over forever.
Oh, how much for such a drama?
That, senor, depends.
On what?
What else? The quality of the rape?
Oh, no.
No. Forgive me, senor. I mean the attempted rape. I know you prefer abduction, but the proper word is rape. It's short and businesslike.
I heard her speak of the Sabine women.
Doesn't sound right to me.
It is, though, I assure you. As a matter of fact, it is quite standard. The lovers meet in secret, and so forth. A group of villains interrupts them, and so forth. The boy fights off pirates, Indians, bandits. The parents relent. Happy ending. And so forth. All of it's quite standard.
And what about the cost and so forth?
Cost goes by type. In your case, I think I would recommend first class.
Oh, you mean we get a choice?
Why, yes, of course. With regular union rates. Such a pretty rape. The obvious open schoolboy rape with little mandolins and purpose. The rape by coach, it's little in request. The rape by day, but the rape by night is best. Just try to see it, and you will soon agree, senor. Why? It might be better when you can get the salt of rape. You'll never ever forget. You can get the rape emphatic. You can get the rape polite. You can get the rape with Indians, a truly charming sight. You can
get the rape on horseback, they all say it's new and gay. So you see, the sort of rape depends on what you pay. It depends on what you pay.
The kids will love it. It depends on what you pay. So why be stingy? It depends on what you
The spectacular rape, the touches order from the east, requires a rehearsal and takes a dozen men at least. A couple of singers and a string quartet. A major production requires a set.
That sounds kind of expensive to me.
Try to see it, and you will soon see, senor. Why invite regret when you can get the sort of rape you'll never ever forget? You can get the rape emphatic, you can get the rape polite, you can get the rape with Indians, a truly charming sight. You can get the rape on horseback, they all say it's this thing gay. So you see, the sort of rape depends on what you pay. So you see, the sort of rape depends on what you pay. It depends on what you pay.
So why be stingy? It depends on what you pay. The kids will love it. It depends on what you
The comic rape, perhaps it's just a trifle too unique. Ha 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 ha! Romantic rape, it's just a trifle all too unique.
That sounds nice.
The lovely rape, I play for Kitty on a bass bassoon. The drunken rape has gone completely in a cheap saloon.
Nothing cheap.
The rape Venetian needs a blue lagoon. The rape with moonlight or without a moon. Moonlight is expensive, but it's in demand. The military rape is done with drummers and a band. You understand? It's very grand. With drummers, drums, and a great big brass band. Yeah!
It's so Spanish, that's why I love it.
I like it too.
Try to see it.
I see it.
I see it. And you will soon see, senor. Why invite regret when you can get the sort of rape you'll never ever forget? Your rape. Your rape. So you see, the sort of rape depends on what you pay. So you see, the sort of rape depends on what you pay. So you see, the sort of rape depends on what you pay. So you see, the sort of rape depends on what you pay. It depends a lot on what you
I say they're only young once. Let's order a first class.
rape. Hooray! One rape, first class.
With trimmings.
With trimmings? Is this to be a big affair or intimate?
We thought just the children.
I mean afterwards, at the party.
Just the immediate family, I think.
No guests? Perhaps a gathering on the lawn?
Too expensive. Just the immediate family will do.
As you wish. That means the orchestra can go home now. Still, big affairs are very nice.
Oh, perhaps some other time.
Very well then. Mama mute. Okay. Very small. I guess you should go home and rehearse that little part.
We can get the rape emphatic, we can get the rape polite, we can get the rape with Indians, a truly charming sight. You can get the rape on horseback, they'll say it's new and gay. So you see, the sort of rape depends on what you pay. It depends on what you pay. Olé!
The time is rushing, and a major production to do. I need actors, extra actors, to stage my elaborate rape. But I'm not worried. Something will turn up. I could sense it in the air. There. Do you hear? What did I most welcome. Please, sir, don't see us as we are. Remove 10 pounds of road dust from these aged, wrinkled cheeks, and see makeup caked, glowing in a powder pink, and a beard. Imagine a beard full blown and blowing like the whiskers of a bear. And hair. Imagine hair in a box. I've got all colors, so I beg you, imagine hair. And not these clothes. Dear God, no, not rags like any beggar has. But see me in a ruff. Mortimer, fetch the ruff. I assure you, imagine the ruff, the hair, the beard, the clothes, the way yes, no, ruff. Oh. Yes, the ruff. It's torn. I know. Forget it. It vanishes under light. That's it. That's the whole trick. Try to see me under light. I recite. Say a cue. You'll see. I'll get it. Go on. Try me. Say one.
Friends, Romans, countrymen.
It's what?
Friends, Romans, countrymen.
Don't tell me. I'll get it. Friends, Romans, countrymen? Well, let's see. Friends. Yes, Mortimer.
Countryman. Julia Caesar.
Juice squeezer?
Julia Caesar.
Oh, yes, of course, that's easy. Why didn't you pick out something harder? Watch this. Friends, Romans, countrymen, screw your courage to the sticking place, and be not sick and pale with grief, that thou, her handmaiden, should be far more fair than she is. How's that?
Oh, amazing!
Well, try to see it under light. I assure you, it's dazzling. I'm Henry Albertson. Perhaps you recall my Hamlet.
Of course.
You remember? Would you like to see the clippings?
Perhaps later.
As you wish. I preserve them in the box. Who knows, I may write a book someday. This is Mortimer. He does death scenes. He's been with me for 42 years. He's brilliant. Would you like to see one? Go on, Mortimer. We'll die for the man.
Outlet.
You see? What did I tell you? Brilliant! Now, down to business. You, sir, need layers.
For love scene. Have you done romantic drama, Henry?
Well, that, sir, is my speciality. Have you ever seen my... Romeo?
I'm afraid not.
Oh, well, I happen to have the clippings.
Henry, here's the pack.
Yes?
We'll have these players play something like the abduction of the maiden before this lover.
And if he but blench.
We'll stand our ground and fight until a lot of us is down.
Nobly done!
Henry! Henry!
Yes?
Where do you want me?
Off left. Off left. Indians are always off left. Left, Mortimer, left.
Henry? What's... Dare I ask my cue?
I'll tell you when it's time.
Righto.
Mortimer, dress the stage. Dress the stage. Dear friend, don't cluster up when you die. Dress the stage. He's not really Indian, you know. No.
She!
Yes. Well, I'd imagine we'd better hide.
Oh, I nearly forgot. I promised the moonlight.
Amazing!
Beautiful, eh? A lover's moon. You go ahead, Henry. I will be right there. You wonder how these things begin. It begins with a glen. It begins with a season which, for want of a better word, you might as well call September. It begins with the forest where the woodchucks woo, and the leaves wax green, and the vines entwine like lovers. Try to see it, not with your eyes, for they are wise, but with your ears. The cool green breathing of the leaves, the soundless sound of shadows flipping light, and hear it with the inside of your hand. Celebrate sensation, recall that secret place. You've been there, you remember, that special place where once, just once, in your crowded sunlit lifetime, you hid away from the shadows and the tyranny of time. That spot beside the clover, where someone's hand held your hand. It is September before rainfall, the perfect time to be in love.
Hello?
Hello? Oh, Matt. My father's going to be very angry.
I know, so is mine.
We've never been here at night.
No.
It's different from the day.
Are you frightened?
Yes. No. But it's cold here. There's going to be a storm.
Would you like my sweater?
No, thank you. Matt,
Yes?
my hand is trembling.
Don't be afraid. Please.
All right. I promise.
There. It's all right.
Matt, take care of me. Teach me. I don't want to be afraid or awkward. I love you, Matt. I want there to be a happy ending.
There will be. I promise. Look,
What?
my hand's trembling too.
Hear how the wind begins to whisper. See how the leaves go streaming by. Smell how the velvet rain is falling. Out where the fields are warm and dry. Now is the time to run inside and stay. Now is the time to find a
Soon it's gonna rain, I can see it. Soon it's gonna rain, I can tell. Soon it's gonna rain, what are we gonna do? Soon it's gonna rain, I can feel it. Soon it's gonna rain, I can tell. Soon it's gonna rain, what are we gonna do? We'll find 4 limbs of a tree. We'll build 4 walls and a floor. We'll bind it over with leaves and run inside to stay. Then we'll let it rain. We'll not feel it. Then we'll let it rain, rain pell-mell, and we'll not complain if it never stops at all. We'll live and love within our own 4 walls. Who would you like me to show you around the castle?
Oh, yes, please.
The lookout tower. And the throne. And the family's pride and joy, the ballroom.
My, how grand.
Princess?
Your Highness.
We'll find 4 limbs of a tree. We'll build 4 walls and a floor. We'll bind it over with leaves and run inside to stay.
Soon it's gonna rain.
We'll run inside.
Soon it's gonna rain.
Soon it's gonna rain. I can see it. I can feel it. Run inside. And then we'll let it rain. We'll not feel it. Then we'll let it rain. Rain pell-mell. And we'll not complain
Happy ending.
if it never stops at all. Happily we'll live and love, no cares at all. Happily we'll live and love within our castle
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Orchestra. Accelerando con moto. Indians ready? Indians rape. No, no. Off left, damn it. Heavy cavalry.
try again. But I never did.
Well, Henry, are you off now?
Yes, going somewhere. There's not much left of the old company anymore. Just Mortimer and I. But we make out. I recite Shakespeare! Mortimer dies. There's usually an audience. Somewhere. Yes.
Henry?
Oh, I nearly forgot. Mortimer, fetch the moon. Yes. Here's your moon. And flights of angels sing thee to the... That's my light. And flights of angels sing thee to thy rest. Why doth the drum come hither? Remember, Mortimer, there are no small actors, only small parts. Remember me in light!
Very pretty, eh? Worthy of what's ho? A group of living statues. What do they call it?
A tableau!
Oh, that's right. A tableau. I wonder if they can hold it. They'll try to, I suppose. And yet, it won't be easy to hold such a pretty pose. We'll see. We'll leave them for now. Then we'll see. Act 1 is over. It is intermission now. their moon was cardboard, fragile. It was very apt to fray. And what was last night scenic may seem cynic by today. Oh, the play is not done. Oh no, not quite. For life has never ended in the moonlit night. And despite what pretty poets say, the night is only half the day. So we like to truly finish what was foolishly begun. And the story has not ended, and the play is never done. And we've all of us been burnished a bit, and burnished by the sun.
It's hot.
What?
Hot!
Oh,
Now we can meet in the sunlight.
and now there's no more wall.
Aren't we happy?
Yes. Aren't we?
He looks different in the sunlight.
I'm not ready to get married yet.
I thought he was taller, somehow.
When you get right down to it, she's only the girl next door.
Neighbor,
Friend.
in-law,
Oh,
this is what we've always wanted. Our gardens are one.
merged.
Related,
Amalga.
mated.
Well,
What shall we do today?